Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to have money saved up, even when they don't earn much? Meanwhile, others struggle to save, no matter how much they make. The secret isn't about how much money you have. It's about how you think about money. Saving money isn't just a habit. It's a mindset. It's less about strict budgets and more about the way you view spending, priorities, and the future. The people who save money easily don't rely on willpower alone. Instead, they use clever tricks, mental shortcuts, and systems to make saving feel natural and automatic. In this video, we'll explore 5 surprising habits that successful savers use to grow their wealth without feeling deprived. These habits will help you see money in a new way, so saving becomes something you want to do, not something you have to do. Let's dive in. Number 1. They treat spending like borrowing from their future self. Smart savers think about every purchase as borrowing money from their future self. Instead of just focusing on what they want right now, they stop and ask, how will this affect me later? Imagine this. Emma wanted to spend $500 on a new phone. But before buying it, she pictured her 60-year-old self struggling to retire because she didn't save enough money. She realized that spending $500 today meant borrowing from her future comfort and security. So, she decided to wait and save that money instead. This habit works because it connects today's decisions to future consequences. It forces you to think long-term and protect your future self, rather than chasing short-term satisfaction. How can you do this? Pause and picture your future self. Will this purchase make life better or harder for you later? Use a savings calculator to see how much that money could grow if you invested it instead. For example, $500 invested at 7% interest could turn into over $1,900 in 20 years. Ask yourself, is this purchase worth sacrificing future freedom or dreams, like retiring early or traveling the world? Why does this work? It builds emotional accountability. When you start seeing your future self as someone you need to take care of, it's easier to make smarter decisions today. By treating spending as borrowing, you'll naturally start saving more and spending less. Over time, this habit helps you build a future full of opportunities instead of regrets. Remember, your future self is counting on you. Don't leave them with an empty bank account. Number 2, they focus on spending ROI. Smart savers don't just ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "What will I get back from this purchase?" They focus on ROI, return on investment, when spending money. Instead of spending for quick satisfaction, they look for ways to make their money work harder and deliver value in the future. They see every dollar spent as an investment, even when buying everyday items. For example, Rachel wanted to spend $300 on clothes, but she asked herself, will this improve my life or just fill my closet? Instead, she used the money to take an online course. 6 months later, the skills she learned helped her land a higher-paying job, turning that $300 into thousands in extra income. This habit works because it shifts focus from instant gratification to long-term rewards. How can you do this? Ask before buying, will this purchase grow my income, skills, or health? Prioritize high ROI spending. Invest in books, courses, tools, or experiences that improve your life or career. Track your returns. Keep a list of purchases that delivered long-term value, like gym memberships, tools for side businesses, or networking events. Why does this work? It forces you to focus on what really matters: growth and improvement. Instead of spending for short-term happiness, you invest in things that create bigger returns later. By treating spending like an investment, you build a habit of intentional spending. Over time, this approach helps you save more, earn more, and live a richer life, not just financially, but personally and professionally. Remember, every dollar is a tool. Use it to build your future, not just to buy your present. Number 3, they think in invisible money. People who save money have a simple trick. They make their money invisible, so they don't feel tempted to spend it. Instead of keeping all their money in one account, where it's easy to see and spend, they move it to hidden savings accounts or investments. For example, Jessica wanted to save for a down payment on a house but struggled to keep her hands off her savings. She opened a separate savings account at a different bank, one without a debit card or easy access. She even named it Dream Home Funds to remind her of her goal. Since the money wasn't visible in her daily account, she didn't think about spending it. This habit works because out of sight means out of mind. When you don't see the money in your main account, it's easier to pretend it's not there and let it grow. How can you do this? Open a separate savings account and make sure it's not linked to your debit card. Rename the account to match your goal, like vacation fund or emergency fund. Set up automatic transfers so money moves there as soon as you get paid. Why does this work? It tricks your brain into treating savings as money that's already spent, just like paying a bill. You won't feel like you're losing money because it's already set aside and safe. By making your savings invisible, you protect it from impulsive spending and let it grow quietly in the background. Over time, this small habit can lead to big savings without feeling like a sacrifice. Number 4, they reverse engineer purchases. Smart savers don't just spend money, they reverse engineer their purchases. This means they think about how much time, effort, or future opportunities a purchase will cost them before they buy it. For example, Mark wanted to buy a $1,200 laptop. Instead of buying it right away, he asked himself, how many hours do I need to work to pay for this? After doing the math, he realized it would take 40 hours, an entire work week. He then thought about whether the laptop was worth trading a week of his time. In the end, he decided to buy a slightly cheaper model and saved $400. This habit works because it forces you to see money as time and not just numbers. When you think about the effort it takes to earn that money, you naturally become more careful about how you spend it. How can you do this? Before buying something, calculate how many work hours it costs you. If you earn $20 an hour, a $200 item equals 10 hours of work. Think about what you're giving up. For example, could that money be invested or saved for something more important? Make a list of your real priorities and check if the purchase aligns with them. Why does this work? It shifts your focus from immediate desires to long-term goals. It also makes you pause and question whether the item is really worth the time you're trading for it. By reverse engineering purchases, you'll spend less on things you don't need and save more for the things that truly matter. Over time, this habit helps you build wealth without feeling deprived. Number 5, they create anti-budget systems. People who save money don't always follow complicated budgets. Instead, they use anti-budget systems, a simple way to save money without tracking every dollar. An anti-budget is different because it focuses on just one rule: pay yourself first. Savers set aside a fixed percentage of their income for savings and investments before spending anything else. Whatever is left can be spent freely, no guilt or spreadsheets required. For example, Jake wanted to save but hated detailed budgets. So, he decided to save 20% of his income automatically each payday. Once that 20% was moved to savings, he used the rest for bills, food, and fun. Over time, his savings grew, and he never felt restricted. Why does this work? It removes stress. Instead of tracking every dollar, you focus on saving first and let the rest take care of itself. How can you do this? Pick a percentage to save. Start with 10% and increase it over time. Automate transfers. Set up automatic payments to your savings or investment account right after payday. Spend the rest guilt-free. As long as you've already saved, you don't have to worry about every little purchase. This system works because it's easy and consistent. You don't have to track receipts or feel bad about spending on small pleasures like coffee or lunch out. Your savings grow steadily in the background while you enjoy life. By using an anti-budget system, saving money becomes simple and stress-free. It's not about cutting out everything you enjoy. It's about making saving a priority first and letting the rest take care of itself. Saving money isn't about luck or strict rules. It's about building smart habits that shape your financial future. Just like an architect designs a building, you can design a secure and wealthy life by using the right tools and systems. Remember, saving isn't about sacrifice. It's about creating freedom and opportunities for your future self. Whether you're starting with a little or a lot, the key is to start now and build momentum. Your financial future is like a blueprint, designed by the choices you make today. So take the first step, try one habit, and start building your dream life today. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.